took a long time for me to find this video in full because it was a live stream. I was trying to figure out if these were real people or hired actors to state what they stated when they claimed that they saw the video. There's a conflicting story going on here.
So you actually seen the video with your own two eyes?
Yeah.
Are you able to elaborate on it?
Yeah,
As much, oh, well, come on then, okay.
On the video, you can see
So that's 6.
those 4 that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them.
Let me start this off by letting you guys know that I'm getting ready to play some videos. Some of you might not have seen it in full. It took a long time for me to find this video in full because it was a live stream. But I tried to track this down and I finally tracked this down. I know the people, I know the people's names that are in this video. I know the other video that I'm getting ready to play. I know that person's background. I was trying to figure out if these were real people or hired actors to state what they stated when they claimed that they saw the video. Okay, so this particular video, what you're going to see is a live stream, a news conference of the people. They're going to claim that they're advocates for Karmelo Anthony. Now, I feel as though this is important because based off of what they claimed that they saw in the video, they were able to see the video. Based off of what they claimed that they saw in the video, there's a conflicting story going on here. Now, this is alarming. Now, that's not to say that Karmelo didn't do what he did. I'm not saying that at all, and neither are they, but they're explaining how, based off of what the video is displaying, is that he was acting in self-defense. So I'm getting ready to play this now.
Of Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony, and they're going to speak to that. They're going to speak to exactly what they saw when they introduced their public information request. And I think that you're not going to be surprised by what they saw, but we want to make sure that we get this information out to the public. So we'll start with T. Sturdy.
Hi, my name is actually Tony Sturdivan. Again, I was one of the ones that saw the video. It's kind of bewildering that it doesn't align with the testimony that was presented. What I saw in the video was 4. Keep your voice up. What I saw in the video was actually more than 4 kids. There were 6 kids.
Can you hold it? We can hold it. Okay. Yep. Hold it.
Yeah. There were actually 6 kids that walked up in the stadium. 2 splintered off. 4 went directly to Karmelo Anthony. And there was a brief conversation.
You're going to start over, sorry.
All right. Start over?
Yeah. Let's clean it. Start. Keep your voice up.
All right. Yeah, so again, my name is Tony Sturdivan.
Whoa. He's instructing him like he's telling him like he has to follow a script. The guy with the bow tie, keep your voice up. Like he's following the script. Now go ahead. Now start over. Giving him instructions. This is supposed to be a natural occurrence. You're not supposed to be guiding a person into how they're supposed to give their take at a so-called press conference. You're not supposed to be doing that, especially when you have a live mic. Is that the reason why we're only seeing clips of this? Interesting. See, this is the reason why I wanted to see the full video, and I have the full video.
Yeah. Let's clean it. Start. Keep your voice up.
All right. Yeah, so again, my name is Tony Sturdivan. I was one of the individuals that put in a FOIA request to see the video. What I saw was starkly different from the testimony that I heard given in the trial. There were 6 kids that walked up, 2 splintered off. I guess that part of was introduced in the trial where they went to deflect the coach. The other 4 walked directly to Karmelo Anthony. There was a brief conversation, I say maybe 20, 30 seconds, and from there, a scuffle ensued. It didn't last long. Karmelo backed out the back of the canopy. He looked one way, looked to the left, and flew down those bleachers. Now, this is the video that was presented to us. This is the questions that I have, though. Why wasn't that video presented in court? And is it the true video? Because again, it's starkly different from the testimony given in the trial. Karmelo Anthony flew down those bleachers, fell at the bottom of the bleachers, got up, took off. It was maybe 2 or 3 kids that you can see kind of give chase, but Karmelo was gone, so they weren't even going to put a finger on him and touch him. Again, there was a scuffle that ensued at the top of the bleachers. and Karmelo got her there. But I don't know why that was not brought up in court. I don't know why that was shown. I don't know if the ISD gave us a bogus ass video. I don't know, but that's what I saw.
Interesting.
Hello, everybody. I'm an advocate for Karmelo Anthony. My name is T. And when I went to see the video, they ask if you want to see it from either 2 minutes before the stabbing or 11 minutes before.
The information, I don't know why they're trying to abbreviate their names. Well, she said that her name is T. According to what I have, they're saying that her name is Tiffany Billions. I don't know why they're not trying to state their names here, because I feel as though this is very important. If you actually saw something totally different and you're going to tell the public what you saw, I don't think you should be abbreviating your name or try to hide your identity. This is very important.
Hello, everybody. I'm an advocate for Karmelo Anthony. My name is T. And when I went to see the video, they ask if you want to see it from either 2 minutes before the stabbing or 11 minutes before. So I chose 11 minutes. From the moment she pressed play, Karmelo Anthony was already sitting up underneath that canopy. And he was sitting there for at least 8 to 9.5 minutes. You see, well, I saw a boy in a black hoodie go over to him first, and then they left out of the tent, and then you see coming across the field was another 6 boys. When they got to the bleachers, one, he went out of frame, and the other one sat at the bottom. But the remaining 4, they went directly to Karmelo Anthony, and like T said before, it was a brief conversation, and then all you see is commotion. And we know from the interviews that Hunter did, we know that Hunter was, in fact, up underneath that tent. The next thing you see, you can see Karmelo in the midst of them assaulting him. You can see Karmelo trying to back out, but he gets pulled back forward. The next thing you see is Karmelo, he comes shooting out the back, but he's still not standing. And he had to like kind of crab crawl backwards, and he had to like jerk away from them because they still had a hold of his hoodie. He goes up a couple bleachers and he's looking around for which way to go. He runs diagonally down the bleachers and then he falls. At the time of him falling, that's when I noticed another 3 boys coming down the bleachers chasing after him. But once Karmelo got up, he took off. You didn't see him for the rest of the video. At no point in that video do you see Hunter holding his brother. At no point in that video do you see those boys ever going back to the tent and sitting down. That was all a lie. And I also have questions. I don't know how the defense did not play that video. Because when you see that video, it was self-defense. Karmelo was only 5'8", 130-something pounds, and Austin and Hunter Metcalf were 6'1", 220-something pounds. So for people to say that he should have used his hands, people can die from fights, from people using their hands. And that's all I'm going to say for right now.
So I want to say that this press conference is for people who saw the video, because we want to make sure that we get that information out there. The other thing is that we have noticed major disparities when we look up statistically the sentencing structures that Judge Roach sentences minorities under. There's at least a 75% disparity in the length of the prison sentence when the defendant is of color. And so this is a concern for us here in Collin County. I reside here, and so I am concerned as a citizen. If the law is supposed to be equal and everybody is supposed to be protected under that law, then, sorry about that, that means every race of people are protected, right? And so with that being said, I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to express what we saw and what we're concerned about here in Collin County.
That's interesting. This is very interesting. There's more than just one news media station there as well. And this was not aired by everyone.
King actually was a licensed attorney in Collin County several years ago.
His name is Christopher King.
On a certain project. But I'm Christopher King. My handle is KingCast online. I'm also a journalist. And I have a couple things for you briefly. Today I have filed my request for all exhibits used at trial. We'll see how that turns out. I had mailed it in before with a self-addressed stamped envelope. Didn't get a response, so I figured I'd fly down here and file it in person this time. So as to this trial, what I see as an attorney, I saw what I believe to be malpractice. And I don't know why it happened, but I will tell you a couple of quick reference points. Number one, he allowed those students to, young people, non-professional people, to testify as to ultimate issues of fact, such as, was it murder or not? Yes. Was it provocation? Karmelo provoked him. That's not how it works. You have to make them elocute as to what Karmelo did to allegedly provoke a situation.
That's correct.
How it works. And when you don't object to it in the cases in chief, you cannot come back later post hoc and then ask the judge and complain about it.
So that means that the defense attorney was in on it.
There were also no expert witnesses produced, no use of force expert, no jury. No jury professional consultant was there that I know of, okay? So these are all very serious questions on this case. And I don't understand it, but I don't like it. And I think this is the proverbial travesty of justice that we have just witnessed here. And there needs to be an investigation. It's not right. It's just not right. Yeah.
Thank you for your...
Are you in touch with the family?
So I am. I actually speak with them. And so,
What's next now?
So what's now, and this is what I stated at the beginning, what's next now is definitely a fight for justice. It's definitely a fight. They are definitely ready to file an appeal, which an appeal has officially been filed today. They're ready to move forward with seeing Karmelo get justice and seeing him getting a fair trial.
Oh, okay. So this actually happened after the trial.
Collin County was a fair trial, and unfortunately, and I did attend some of the proceedings, and unfortunately, it does not appear to me that they received a fair trial, that Karmelo received a fair trial. So what's next for them is supporting their son, and we as advocates, we're going to continue to support Karmelo and support the family, and they're going to continue to fight for justice, and we'll be right there on the side of them.
And this is interesting because we didn't see this float around with no major news media. They didn't pay attention to this part. And another thing was, another video was sent to me. Shout out to the 13% community server as well. But remember their stories. It's fresh on your mind. And while it's fresh on your mind, I'm going to play a different video. This is the next video that I want to show you all that somebody sent to me inside of the 13% community server. The lady in a red jacket. You saw all of these people on the news, but this is the portion that wasn't placed on the news. This was another guy stating that he saw the video, and then he explains the video.
How you doing,
and I'm like, wait a minute, their stories are adding up. Like, this is crazy. Why is this not being talked about?
So she already told you what I want to know. So you actually seen the video with your own two eyes?
Yeah.
Are you able to elaborate on it?
Yeah,
As much, well, come on then. Okay, so can you tell the viewers that you seen the video with your own two eyes? Was it clear enough, or was it fuzzy, or what?
No, it was clear. It was clear
so
enough.
So why some of these people saying the video not clear?
I'll speak it to it this way. The video is clear enough because they did edit the video, and I know people don't like to hear that, but they did, so it can be in a 11-minute block.
Right.
Because there's several video footage from different cameras.
Okay.
And so instead of bringing somebody in to watch all that boring footage, they just basically condensed it to 11 minutes.
Okay.
And so on that, they did cut the angle a little bit so you can protect some of the kids or whatever.
Right.
You can still see clearly.
Okay.
And it's clear enough to where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the cameras.
Okay.
That's how clear it is.
Okay.
So just check that. So if you ever been to Cockendall Stadium, you know on the home side, that's where those three cameras are sitting.
Right.
One here at the 40, one at the 50, that's the motion camera. And then you have the other one right here.
Right.
But they also have security cameras too.
Okay.
Either end on both sides.
Okay.
And I think they have a couple more cameras somewhere.
Okay.
But those cameras, the one that they're showing is the one that's right to the right side of the 50-yard.
Right.
So it's directly showing where Karmelo and them were.
Okay.
So you actually see them walking up. You see that Karmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain, or?
Yeah, it was still raining. You know,
Right.
I'm from Wilmington. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning, and we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again. Then it was over with for the day.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already. And so during that time when that happened, the twins, their two buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with them, they were all coming from the direction of the middle school, coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see
So that's 6.
those 4 that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past.
Right.
The other 4 went and they surrounded Karmelo. You know, if you're Karmelo.
And they showed that on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them walk.
I'm gonna say little stuff.
So that's
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here they're 4 right there coming up.
Right.
That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those 4.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they
was,
actually did jump him.
yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks
all
on
4.
them. So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you have Hunter and Austin standing in the middle,
Okay.
and you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember.
So
I have to go
light
back and
skin-
think about it. But that's where they were.
Black
One was
people?
going up and down while they were talking.
light skin and
Kinda
dark skin black
pushing,
person
no, whatever he was doing.
with Austin and Hunter.
Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we
Right.
know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get into it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Karmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought
Okay,
him back
that lady
in,
said the same thing.
Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell, and that's when they realized he was gone, because they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin.
They didn't stop punching. They were continuously punching as he left out. And this was on cell phone camera as well. So they were continuously punching somebody. Did they mistakenly do something to Austin at the same time? And they thought they were hitting Karmelo, and Karmelo had got up out of there? Interesting. There needs to be a campaign where this video needs to become public information. The video that they saw needs to be made public information immediately.
Some too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him, and that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all 3 of them was chasing. But Karmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmelo's out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting when he did. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and he never did that, because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day,
I know that to be true because I saw that video myself. I pulled that up to check behind him to see what he was talking about as far as Hunter's story. Hunter completely forgot that he was on camera. I guess because it was so brand new, he wasn't well versed on how he should say certain things, on how he should be presenting facts to these reporters. I'm going to play that here in a second. Let me finish this one.
kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him, because it was unwanted. By your own definition and your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the, not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
Oh, okay. I need to get that.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
because there's a lot of people on this live. Then
Send me your email.
I will.
I'll send it on to you. You know, I've been doing this thing since last year.
Now.
Yeah.
I listen to, probably a lot of people don't know, I listen to everything. And I heard something. You said them 4 people, a light bright and a dark.
Yes, sir.
What you mean by that? Light
One
white
mix and one
or
not.
dark white?
One mix, one not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a black
just
dude
in
over
DC.
there with them.
Yeah, 2.
It was a,
Two black boys.
It was a brother.
Yeah, and I think one
So it
more
was a school thing.
I think one more supposed to be there, but he was suspended.
But it was like a school thing instead of like.
It was. I'm gonna just say this. Let me just be real. It was more than just a school thing. It was a I don't like you thing.
Right. Okay.
One of them ran track with him, so he definitely liked him because they were beating each other, whatever. But another one actually knew of him.
Okay.
And he just happened to go to a memorial and be friends with the twins and all that.
Hold up.
The twins.
And that's the one that wasn't able to make it.
Right.
Yeah, because he made sure he told me I wasn't even there.
Hold up. Now, with that being said, that means that there's more to this. Okay, so not just Hunter and his brother Austin. It's not just that. Now you will have to begin to question the 2 accomplices who just so happen to be so-called black. They need to be interviewed. I don't know if those 2 boys were questioned by police. I don't know if they were a part of the investigation. These are questions that need to be answered, because what they're trying to do online, as far as the news media is concerned, they're trying to cause a civil uprising or uproar or civil unrest. That needs to stop. They're trying to get everybody riled up. Again, that's why I feel as though it's both of them, Democrats and Republicans, trying to stir the pot. This is the perfect time because they're going to need, some story to fall back on to get the people riled up, make the black Americans feel like they're not safe, and whoever gives them the safety, they're gonna run to and give them their vote. Like, this is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is a problem. I want people to understand that there's more to it than what we are being told and what we are seeing. I believe a political tech and pull is at play here. They're trying to manipulate the masses and distract them. Again, this case is 1 year old, then all of a sudden it goes popular, it goes viral a week ago. And let's be real here, that still is an all-white jury. Hispanics are considered white. Asians are considered white. They're labeled white by the U.S. Census. So that was an all-white jury. So no matter how you try to swing it, technically by record, they're considered white over here by the U.S. Census. It's a lot of holes in this story, so I'll keep my eye on things to see if anything else pops up. I would love to hear from you, because this is a very serious matter, and I hope it doesn't distract any of you guys from what your mission is. Don't fall for it. I know there's going to be a lot of attacks online to our people as far as so-called black Americans from all sorts of races because of this, but just staying firm, and we all want to know the truth, because the truth wasn't being told, and we all know that to be true. So I'm Dane Calloway, and I'm just here to make you think.
OCO free thinkers.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you think, yeah. I made you think, yeah. I made you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you
He's
think.
here to make you think.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you think, yeah. I made you think, yeah. I made you think, I make you think,
It's Dane Calloway.